Hey guys, this is Rosie of Rosie Reads 613, and today I will be doing my January wrap-up. So regardless of the fact that I was super busy this month, I ended up reading 4 books, which is very surprising for me. So the first book I read this month was Crave the Night by Laura Adrian. I'll insert a picture up here because I no longer have a physical copy with me because I took it out of the library back home when I was home for Christmas break. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4.5 or 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is the 12th book in the Midnight Breed series. Each book in the series can be read as a standalone, I believe, but I'm assuming if you read them in order, you'll get more of an idea of the world and the characters that are portrayed in these books. With that being said, it was the 12th book, so a lot of the characters that were introduced were already introduced in past books, and a lot of the storyline and the details within the world that is created in these books were already established. It wasn't really hard to understand. It's just you get introduced to all these characters and they've already been introduced or already have had their own storyline. So that's just a little thing to keep in mind if anyone wants to pick up this book. This book follows Nathan and Jordana, and overall it is their love story. There is action in it. It can be funny at times. It was very good, and Laura Adrian's writing just made it even better for me because it was super detailed and it just drew you in from like the first page. These books are I would say it's a vampire romance action suspense kind of series. So within the world, vampires exist or coexist within the human world. I believe humans don't exactly know that they exist, and they are trying not to make that big of a splash and have everyone know. It takes place in Boston, and Nathan I believe he's a breed warrior. That's what his title is. He's basically like a huge badass. He has the abilities to kill anyone within his path. Like, he is super like intimidating, super like kind of dangerous in a way. And then you have Jordana, who has grown up in Boston and is part of a wealthy breed family. So she was raised by someone who is a breed who, from my understanding, that means they're a vampire. Jordana's actually promised to another breed male. She's already promised to another guy, basically. But their paths cross, and they have this very like over the top, oh my god, kiss. And then from there, it's basically like they just can't seem to stay away from one another. There is a plot twist that I did not expect, and it's just overall, it was a really, really great book. Like I said, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read this month was a book that I am reading with one of the reading groups that I lead for my job. And that is Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes by Eleanor Cour. This story is so inspiring, especially for me, because I don't know, but I think a lot of people read this book when I was in like elementary school, but I've never read this book, and it is based on a true story about a young girl who was alive when the atom bomb was dropped on Hiroshima during World War II. About 9 or 10 years after the bomb, she unfortunately finds out that she has leukemia, and she was she contracted the illness because of the radiation that occurred when the bomb was dropped. So it is a wonderful story about just a girl who is just really experiencing life and having a great time, and then tragedy hits and she has to deal with the fact that she is getting very sick and she won't be able to do the things she loves anymore. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book, and I'm still currently reading it with my reading group, so I'm just really excited to keep reading it with them. The third book that I read this month was The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. It is an adorable young adult romance book. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. There were a few things that I liked and a few things that kind of came off a little too, I'd have to say, cliche. It takes place in a 24-hour time period. You meet the main character, which is Hadley. She's 17 years old, and she just missed her flight to London. She was 4 minutes late, and she misses her flight to London because she's going to see her father get remarried. And she has very strong feelings about not going because of the fact that she has to go witness her father get married to another woman who she has never met. And there's a lot of resentment and a lot of hurt feelings towards her father, which continues throughout the book. She is put on the next flight, and she meets within the airport while she's waiting for the next flight. She meets a boy, and he happens to be British, and he happens to be cute, and his name is Oliver, and he is going to London as well. They meet, and they realize that they're sitting next to each other on the plane, and so they talk, and sparks fly, and they have a great time, and then she gets off the plane, and she goes to her father's wedding. The rest of the story basically unfolds as, like, around this idea of fate, and will they meet again, and what is going to happen, and all this stuff. So it's an adorable book. I will be doing a review on this book, so if you guys want you can watch that and kind of see, and I will talk more about, like, the things that kind of just were a little too, like, cutesy, or just kind of didn't really add to the storyline as much as I thought it would. So the last book that I read this month was a new adult romance book. The reason why I read this book is because I was contacted by the author herself on Goodreads, asking if I wanted to get an ARC copy or an advanced reader copy of her book. And since I would love to start reviewing books in the future when I have more of a following, I jumped at the chance. She sent me the ebook version of it, and I read it on my Kindle, and, well, the Kindle app I have on my iPad. And the book is called Undersold by B.B. Hamill. Undersold comes out February 12th. It follows Amy, and she is a college graduate who is living in Philadelphia and is working part-time as a barista. And then when she is not working, she is using her college degree in, I believe, computer science to create her own app. We meet Amy, and she is sexting a guy on a dating app called Matchstick that her best friend Darcy convinced her to go on. And she has hit it off with this guy named Rex Blue. Amy's app has been so successful so far that she has caught the attention of a company in Philadelphia called Adstringo who want to buy it. And so she prepares to meet with the CEO and his lawyer and just settle all the legal and financial details of the sale. And so she goes there, and She walks into the office, and the CEO turns out to be the guy that she has been sexting on the dating app. And his name is not Rex Blue. His name is Shane Green, and he is the billionaire who owns AdStringo. So they meet, and they both realize who each other are, and it's very awkward for a brief moment, and then they go through the sale, and she is actually also hired by the company, so she is able to quit her job as a barista and go work for AdStringo. And it's an amazing opportunity because it allows her to pay off her student loans and then also help with her father's medical bills because her father has lung cancer. She goes to work for AdStringo, and she tries to keep everything professional, but in the end, they both are unable to do that because he is working with her one-on-one to help develop her app so that it is able to be used by the public. I really enjoyed the story a lot, and I will be doing a review on it in a future video. So that's when I'll probably go into more detail of like my real critique of it, because I am doing a review for the author. But I will say I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was very sweet. I really, really loved the characters. I loved the plot. There are a lot of elements that I hadn't seen before in this type when it comes to an adult romance book. I think it was just a great book, and I'm really, really, really happy that I had the opportunity to review it for the author. So those are all the books that I read during the month of January. I'm super happy with the progress that I've made, especially towards my Goodreads challenge, which is 90 books. And at the moment, I don't know what my February TBR will be because I am participating in my first readathon. Also because 50 Shades of Grey comes out. I am planning on rereading the first book so that before I see the movie, so that I'm able to do a video on like kind of comparing the book to the movie. So my TBR for this month is kind of up in the air right now, but I will probably make like a mini TBR video that will be up probably in like the next week or so. That is everything for today. If you're just tuning in, I'm Rosie, and this is my BookTube channel. I talk about books either in reviews or what I want to read or what I've read and so on and so forth. So if you like this video, go check out my other videos. Also, if you'd like to follow me, the links to my Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and yes, I think and my Pinterest. Yes, my Pinterest will be in the down bar below. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!